What's up everybody, it's Slayer Corpse here, and welcome back to Fallout 1 is Better Than You Think. In the last episode, we took a quick detour to check out a town called Adidum. While we were there, we helped out a group called the Blades save the town of Adidum, met a group of merchants called the Gunrunners, met the followers of the Apocalypse and picked up a new companion named Katja, and took care of a den of Deathclaws. In this episode, we're going to the Mariposa Military base to meet up with the Paladins the Brotherhood sent there to aid us in our fight, and take care of these mutants once and for all. If you guys do like the video, don't forget to smash that like button, comment down below what you think, and nuke that subscribe button. With that said, I hope you guys enjoy the video. We left off on the outskirts of town, so we get back on the road and head up to the military base. On the way to the base, we came across this giant footprint. In the middle of the footprint, we can see some guts, and in the pile of flesh, we find a stealth boy, and we continue on. After a bit more traveling, we get stopped again. This time, we find ourselves in the middle of a fight between the Brotherhood of Steel and a bunch of Ian clones. I'm starting to think that we need to find the base that's cloning Ians over and over rather than the mutants, but that's just me. During the fight, the Brotherhood blew through Ian and Katja while trying to kill the raiders. Then they tore up Dogmeat, and then they turned on me. I've heard people talking about how the new Fallout season makes the Brotherhood look like a bunch of meatheads.
Please don't play with grenades inside.
Let's see what this man can do.
But to be honest, that feels 100% true for Fallout 1. It was clear I wasn't going to win this fight, so I busted out the Piggly Wiggly time machine, and we attempted this trek again. Surprisingly, we did come across the footprint again, but we were lucky enough to avoid that altercation and all other interruptions, and we safely arrive at the Mariposa Military base. We arrive at the base, and with the Paladins now by our side, we start to take on the mutants. We loot the mutants in order to find a code for the door, and we come across this radio that ends up working, and we get a transmission from inside the base.
Command to patrol. Command to patrol. What is your status, over?
Nothing is wrong here. We're fine. How are you?
Who is this? What is your purpose?
This is, Fred. My purpose is patrol, I guess. I'm, a little dazed after that fall.
Oh, that explains it. We're setting out now.
And after that, we get some XP for tricking the mutant guards. I'm not sure exactly what this does to help out here. They didn't send anyone up, and I ended up picking the code to open the door. So with that taken care of, we go ahead and we enter the base. When entering the base, we get attacked by 3 mutants. We take care of the first 2 guys without any problems, but then this mutant used a rocket launcher and blew up Ian and Dogmeat. We avenged them and tried to escape with Katja, but she was ready to face certain death on her own. So we used the Winky Spanky time machine, and I took out the mutant with the rocket launcher to avoid my companions getting blown up. Unfortunately, Ian still got smoked, but we pressured forward. I kept trying to go this way, but Katja and Dogmeat were both wanting to go their own way, and both paid the price for not listening to me. At this point, I came to terms with the fact that this will just be the end of the line for the companions I've recruited. I wish I could have kept them around, and probably could have, but they just weren't fit for fighting these mutants. I mostly feel bad for Katja because we picked her up in the last episode just for her to meet her demise. With that fact established, we clear out the mutants in this room. Then we head up into this room and take care of some robots. After dealing with them, we get a level up, and I chose the Mysterious Stranger perk, which ends up being completely useless. And I put my points into energy weapons and barter. After allocating our points, we go to take care of this last mutant, and for the first time ever, my game crashed. So we have to do that all over again. This time, Dogmeat got shredded and both Ian and Katja survived the first battle. We made our way over here and Ian ended up taking out this mutant, and while over here I checked out these computers to see if it would disable the security fields. It did not. If you guys didn't know, the red force fields we can go through while taking damage and the yellow ones are impassable unless we deactivate them. But I don't remember how to do that, so we'll be testing out different things while we're here. On the way to the other mutants, Ian got fried by this force field and got turned into a pair of legs, and during that fight I re-earned that level up, and the only thing I changed was that I put my points into science, hoping it will aid us in future dialogue options. Then we smoked these fellas, and surprisingly Katja is still alive after all that. So after finally clearing out the first floor, we make our way to this elevator and head down to level 2. We arrive on level 2 and see that Katja didn't follow us down. I read somewhere that your companions don't follow you past this point, so I really just had to keep them alive for the last level, but what's done is done. We headed down this hall into the mutant barracks and started mowing these muties down. They put up more of a fight than I expected. I had to bait them down this hallway to be able to take them down one at a time. After taking them down, I looted these lockers that had a bunch of medical equipment, but we only ended up taking the stim packs. We headed further into the barracks to deal with the rest of the mutants. Then we looted these lockers, which had a bunch of goodies, but we're so stacked on ammo and weapons that we, again, only take the stim packs that we find. We try to go into this room, but the door is locked and it's not able to be picked. Since that door's unlockable and I still don't know how to get past these yellow barriers, we head down to level 3 for now to see what's going on down there. We arrive on level 3 and... oh, hey Katja. Disregard what I said earlier, I guess. She just went ahead and went a little bit ahead of us.
You gotta be quicker than that.
People still claim that they don't follow you down due to the small rooms that you get dropped off in, as it allows for you to get stuck easily. How true this is, I don't know, but I'll keep an eye out for that in future runs when we make it here with the full group of companions. We start dealing with the mutants here, and this is where Katja meets her actual demise. We still can't get past the yellow barriers, so I head over to this big room that is riddled with traps, and we make our way to this elevator to head down to level 4. Well, apparently it's busted, so we will have to try to find a way to disable the yellow force fields in order to go any further. I try to lockpick it and it does nothing. I head over to this room to loot this locker hoping it would have something for me. Nothing. For some reason I thought the radios had something to do with disabling the barriers, so I went to the surface to grab one, tried it out, and nothing. I was almost completely lost on what to do, so I brute forced it by using what skills I have to see what would do it, and on the very first try, it turned out that using repair on the cylinders next to the yellow barrier will disable it for a few seconds, allowing you to sneak through. With that knowledge gained, we head back down to level 3 to disable the barrier, deal with the mutants here, and take out this prisoner that was mad at me for some reason. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do it in this playthrough, but there's a secret quest we can do here if we end up getting jailed by the mutants. I think the only way to get to it is when Harry takes you to the lieutenant back in the necropolis. So for now, we'll just continue on, and after taking care of that, we make our way to this elevator and head down to level 4. When entering level 4, we take a look around and see the lieutenant and a cathedral member, and we also see a group of mutants with a robot. We head down to them first and easily wipe them out. We skip out on saying hi to the lieutenant and we make our way up to this room that's full of cathedral members. They are terrified of us and beg us not to kill them. We can also see the vats that we got dipped into when we achieved the darkest ending in the game. So we head over to this computer and with our 67% science skill, we hack into the mainframe. We can see a bunch of security codes and being the big brain bowed dink we are, we hack the firewall and see what the codes do. We get a plethora of options here. We can just set the base to alert mode, set off different time self-destruct sequences, we can do a silent self-destruct sequence, or we can do an alerted self-destruct sequence. We choose the alerted base sequence and race to the entrance. Okay, I thought it would set off the alarms and send everybody into a panic, but it was relatively chill. So let's add some movie magic to this great escape. We made it, and with only 240 seconds to spare. That's what I mean by it was relatively chill. If I didn't add that dramatic sequence, it would feel like there's no stakes. So after all that, we'll just sit here and wait for the timer to go down to 0. After getting impatient, I went ahead and left the area, and it set the timer to 0 and gave us a pretty cool cutscene. After blowing up the base, we get 10,000 XP and another level up. This time, we put all of our points into energy weapons. With that mission accomplished, we head back to the Overseer to tell him the good news. On the way, we get stopped by some mutants and a floater.
It's a floater!
And we easily wipe them out. Then a little further into our travels, we get stopped by another group of mutants and another floater.
It's a floater!
Cooked. We continue on and we run into a busted up Nuka-Cola truck. When looting it, we find 8,443 caps. Unfortunately, we don't really need to buy anything else, but this is a really cool encounter and I'm glad that we came across it anyways. After that, we do a bit more traveling and we finally arrive at our vault. When we return, we head straight to the Overseer to bring in the good news.
What news of the mutants?
Blew them up.
All of them?
All of them at the vets anyway.
What about the mutant leader? What about this so-called master?
As far as I know, he's still alive.
He must be stopped. If not, he could rebuild his empire of mutants and would certainly strike back at us. The vault will not be safe until the master is dead.
Well, there we go. We finally destroyed the mutant factory, and now we will set out to go find the master. The only other place to explore is the Church of the Children of the Cathedral, so in the next episode we will make our way there to see if we can uncover the truth behind the cathedral, and see if it leads us to finding the master. Alright guys, that is going to be it for this video. Sorry for taking a while to upload this one. I've been caught up with some stuff, but I'm back to being able to work on videos again, and hopefully it won't take as long to upload the next part. I also realized that I should have visited the Brotherhood after destroying the base, but sadly I forgot. Although I bet it would have been the same conversation that I had with the Overseer anyways, so it's all good. Anyways, if you guys did like the video, please consider smashing that subscribe button, commenting down below what you think, and absolutely nuking that like button. With that said, I hope to see you all in the next one.